is up, guys? It's Blackwing 2040 back with another DC versus Marvel matchup for you guys. And this one you guys might find pretty interesting. So we're going to be comparing two, I would say, robotic figures, but, well, one's not really robotic, one's an alien. But we are going to be pitting Brainiac versus Ultron. Now, I decided to pick this up because they're kind of similar, but of course, like how I do with all my verses, I give a little brief origin of who the characters are and where they came from and what their powers are. So let's start with Brainiac, shall we? So Brainiac is an alien from the planet Kolu, and his main goal in knowledge is unlocking the secrets of the multiverse. So his way of getting knowledge is shrinking cities, learning about the city of where the planet comes from, and destroys the planet. Of course, one of the planets that Brainiac has kidnapped was the city of Kandor from Krypton, though he did not destroy Krypton, because you already know Krypton destroyed itself, pretty much. But Brainiac, he's been one of my favorite Superman villains since, well, the first time I ever came across Brainiac was that movie called Superman Brainiac Attacks, even though it wasn't definitely a DC animated universe film, but the animation style was the same. So that was my first introduction of Brainiac. And then I got to hear him in DC Universe Online, where he was voiced by Corey Burton from Superman the Animated Series. And I also read that super cool novel that was written by Jeff Johns, Superman Brainiac, which is so good. And if you guys ever want to see the movie adaptation for it, the movie is called Superman Unbound. It's told the same way. It is beautiful. You gotta love Jeff Johns' writing, really. You gotta love it. So yeah, Brainiac is pretty much an alien that takes cities, learns about his knowledge, gets some knowledge about the cities, and then blows up the planet when he's done with it, and keeps them bottled. Of course, he wants to learn as much as he can. So now that we covered Brainiac, let's move on to Ultron. Now, Ultron is a robot created by Hank Pym, not Tony Stark, Hank Pym. Just so you guys know, because it's two different things. In the comics, Ultron was created by Hank Pym, and then sooner or later he became rogue against his creator, and apparently he actually erased Hank Pym's memory to actually feel like he didn't build Ultron in the first place. So pretty much Ultron has went through 5 changes, and his main iteration was, when he became a villain, was Ultron 5. And then from now on he had many changes throughout history, and he's always had a grudge against the Avengers, and in doing so he created his own robot, which you all know as the Vision, who was used to infiltrate the Avengers and destroy them, but in the end Vision turned on his master and joined the Avengers. Now, I guess that's a little brief rundown in history of both characters. So let's go with powers and abilities, shall we? Brainiac has a 12th level intellect, meaning he is one of the most smartest characters in the whole DC universe. He has psychokinesis, telekinesis, and the ability to hack into any technology, and of course travels around the universe in his skull ship, which is pretty darn scary. The ship itself looks very threatening, but super cool at the same time. So, and also Brainiac is not he's a hand-to-hand fighter, and pretty much he could stand up. His strength is I would say his strength is equal to Superman, pretty much. And pretty much, like I said, he's the strongest mind. He can hack into any technology, and he's a force to be reckoned with. Like, really, he's really a force to be reckoned with. Now let's move on to Ultron. Now, Ultron isn't one of the smartest villains you would ever find, but he does have the tech to do things. He can hack into other pieces of technology. He has an adamantium body, which adamantium is the strongest metal in the entire Marvel universe. Adamantium as well as vibranium. because of course you know in Age of Ultron the movie, they made his body be made by vibranium because they can use adamantium, because you know adamantium belongs to the X-Men, and X-Men have film rights to 20th Century Fox. And anyway, so he also has an inner core inside his system, which is the only way pretty much to shut him down. So the only way you could actually take down Ultron is if Ant-Man actually shrinks down to size, flies inside Ultron, and shuts him down from there, which he has in the comics and in the TV show Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And of course he can shoot concussive blasts from his hands and other things, but of course Ultron is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And of course he had many transformations over the years, but we'll always be used to his regular ordinary adamantium body. And come on, Ultron, for Pete's sake. And that's a really cool name, Ultron. And the first time I actually came across Ultron, if I may say a brief history, was in, what was that movie called? Next Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow. It was this movie where the Avengers fell in love. Some of the members of the Avengers fell in love with each other. They had kids, and then Ultron killed the Avengers, and then he was gonna kill the kids, but then Iron Man was the only hero left standing, and he sent the kids away. He's been watching over them, and then you guys got to see the movie for yourselves. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but it's a really good movie. So now let's talk about who do I think is gonna win. Well, since if we're going by strength, Brainiac can actually stand up against his own, put up his own against Ultron, even though Ultron's body is really unbreakable. But think of this though, Brainiac could actually easily just hack. He could probably hack into Ultron's systems, shut him off, and then just break him into pieces. Or here's the thing though, because it depends on it really kind of depends on the environment. Because Brainiac is pretty much strong. I would say he is strong wherever he is, but his most dominant place of him being strong is inside his skull ship. So if they were actually fighting in a skull ship, that's why I would say Brainiac is the most dominant. But you never, like I said, Ultron has the power to hack into anything. So if he actually tried to hack into Brainiac's ship and turn his whole ship against Brainiac, that would be crazy. So pretty much it's an undecided fight here. But like I said, Brainiac is one of the smartest. So pretty much he has a plan. Ultron, he's not really that smart. He's just more of annihilation, kill everybody kind of being. So I'm gonna have to give this fight to Brainiac, of course, because he has a strong mind. He has a plan. I would say he has a plan for everything. And if you defeat him, he just keeps coming back. He creates multiple versions of himself, just like Ultron does the same thing. But Brainiac does it a lot and a lot and a lot more. So yeah, I would have to give this fight to Brainiac, if I should say. So guys, who do you think would win this fight, Brainiac or Ultron? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Tell me your opinions. Discuss, compare notes with other people. Be civil about it. We're not trying to start any fan wars or anything. We're all comic book fans here. So just tell me your thoughts. Who do you think will win? Give me your opinion, and of course I'll reply to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with another DC versus Marvel matchup. But until then, folks, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden.